We are living in the age of science and technology. The computer, the television, the cell phone, email, internet, pager, rapid means of travel, medical facilities, and nutrition. All these are gift of science to human being or mankind. In every field of human life, science has influenced. There is influence of science in every field of human life. Now, in innate, human being has curiosity to know this amazing and wonderful world. Just like the regular repetition of day and night, annual cycle of season, the eclipse, the tides, the volcanoes, the rainbow. So human beings are always trying to find the relationship between these events. And new tools are also made, and they are used in the further studies of science. The knowledge which we have gained through observation and experiment, when organized systematically, is called science. Now I am going to write the branches of science. Branches of science. There is physical science, physical science, physical science, and another is there is biological science, biological science, biological science. It deals with living things and it deals with non-living things. Deals with non-living things. Non-living things. Things. It deals with living things. Deals with living things, living things. Now I am going to enumerate the branches of science. First of all, this science has been divided into physical science that deals with non-living things, and biological science deals with living things. Now, in physical science, there is physics, physics. Second one, chemistry, chemistry. And third one, that is geology, geology. Then the fourth one, geography, geography. And the fifth one, that is astronomy, astronomy. And the sixth one, that is astrology, astrology. And the last one, that is oceanology, oceanology. Now these are the branches of physical science. Now biological science. Now I am going to start the branches of biological science. Here the first one, that will be botany. Botany. Second one, that will be zoology. Zoology. Third one, that will be anthropology. Anthropology. And the fourth one, that is ornithology. Ornithology. And the fifth one, that is forensic science. Forensic science. Forensic science. Now you have understood these are the branches of science, and the science has been categorized into physical science and biological science, and these are the branches of physical science, and these are the branches of biological science. Now I am going to start. In the different times, different scientists have given the different definition of science. So let us study the different definition of science at different times. First one that is given by Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein. He has given. So according to him, science is not just mere collection of laws, a catalog of unrelated facts. It is creation of human mind. It is a creation of human mind with freely invented ideas. Now, the same scientist once remarked that the most incomprehensible thing is that it is comprehensible. Now I am going to explain these things that have been told or given by Albert Einstein. Science is not only a collection of laws. If it will be collection of laws, it will be boring. It is very fascinating. It is not only collection, it is catalog of related facts. The same gravitational force explains the falling of apple to the ground, falling of a stone when it is thrown upward, vertically upward, and the motion of satellite around the planet, and the motion of planet around the sun. So it is not a catalog of unrelated facts. It is a catalog of related facts. Then it is creation of human mind with freely invented ideas and concepts. So he has given one important quote. The most incomprehensible thing is that it is comprehensible. In this world, behavior of everything that exists today, the behavior of everything that exists today is governed by few rules and laws. Few rules and laws. And that is governed by few rules and laws which are well defined, that is well explained. So, according to Albert Einstein, this is the definition of science. Now, according to Bruce Lindsay, science is a method for describing, creating, and understanding human experience. When we are studying the life history of different scientists, we are describing experience of them. We are creating in our own life, own experience. And then we are understanding the experience of our own and other scientists. So science is a method for describing, creating and understanding human experience. Now I want to proceed it further. In the words of famous scientist Niels Bohr, the task of science is to expand our experience and reduce it to order. Just like the same electromagnetic theory given by Maxwell that explains all electrical and magnetic phenomena. So we have to expand our experience and reduce it to order. Now, another scientist, according to Gerald Halton, science is ever unfinished quest. That is relation between things and laws by which the world runs. Our world is running and the natural events are going on. There is a reason behind these natural events and there is relationship between things and laws. So these things and laws by which the world runs, that is an unfinished quest of human mind. Now another scientist, Phillips Femin has told, I do not underestimate the value of worldview. That is the result of scientific effort. What we are observing, we are studying in the history of science. We have gone through several postulates, assumptions, theories. Some are discarded, some are invalid, some are valid. Just like I am going to tell you one thing about geocentric model. All the planets, including Sun, are revolving around the Earth. And this is called the geocentric theory, and this model is called geocentric model. But we have known to the fact there is heliocentric theory. And everyone believes in heliocentric theory. But we are studying geocentric theory also and geocentric model also. So something has historical significance. So we can never avoid that things. We have to study. That's why we do. I don't underestimate the value of worldview, which is the result of scientific effort. You have understood the explanation of this definition. Now I am going to tell, according to the Heisenberg, there are two processes, process of art and process of science. These two processes form a language, create a language in the course of centuries by which we can speak more real part of reality. More real part of reality. Just like we are studying the statement of different laws. Just like the statement of gravitational laws of force, gravitational force, what we study? The force acting between two bodies is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their center to center. So, both process of art and science form a language in the course of centuries by which we can speak more real part of reality. Now, I am going to discuss the definition according to Bertrand Russell. You have known, you may be familiar with Bertrand Russell. He was a philosopher and he has told, we know very little about science, but it is astonishing we know so much. And it is still more astonishing, a very little knowledge of science have given us so much power. So you have understood the different definition given by different scientists at different times. You have to study this and you have to understand this. Now I am going to proceed. What is physics? First of all, I want to recall something about the science. In Sanskrit, science is called Vijnana, and in Arabic word, it is called ilm. So the meaning of ilm and Vijnan, that means knowledge, that has the similar meaning, knowledge. And the word science has been derived from the Latin verb scientia, which means to know. So to know about something systematically, that we are calling and we call as a science. Now, what is physics? The word physics has been derived from the Greek word physis, which means nature and natural phenomena. It allows the study of physical world. So the branch of science in which we study about nature and natural phenomena, that we call physics. And the physics has been categorized and divided into three main branches: macroscopic physics, macroscopic physics, then mesoscopic physics, and then there is a microscopic physics, and it is the main branch, that is the physics, and it is the main branch. In macroscopic physics, there is classical physics, physics. So under this, we study mechanics, optics, electrodynamics, thermodynamics. In microscopic physics, we study modern physics. You are known to the modern physics. There will be quantum physics, and relativistic physics. In mesoscopic physics, we study. So now I want to discuss. Macroscopic physics allows the study of those objects which dimension is greater than 10 to the power minus 6 meter. And that comes in the category of classical physics. So in classical physics, we study mechanics, optics, electrodynamics, thermodynamics. In microscopic physics, this is in the order of size of 10 to the power minus 14 meter. That is the size of atom. So here we study modern physics, quantum physics, relativistic physics. And in mesooscopic physics, surely you will guess, or if you can't guess, in mesooscopic physics, you will study about a substance which is made up of 10 molecules to 100 molecules that we study in mesooscopic physics. 10 to 100 molecules. The substance which is made up of 10 to 100 molecules. Now it has become quite clear that what you are studying classical physics, and it is branch of macroscopic physics. Now the study of physics is based on two thrusts, unification and reductionism. Unification means attempting to explain several natural events on the basis of few rules, laws and concepts that we call unification. And now I want to explain it very nicely. Just I am going to take one example. The same gravitational force that explains falling of an apple to the ground, falling of a stone when it is thrown vertically upward, and motion of satellite around the planet, motion of planet around the sun. So similarly, the electromagnetic theory that has been given by Maxwell that explains all electrical and magnetic phenomena. So we can conclude that unification is also one of the vital thrusts for the study of physics. Now, reductionism. What do you mean by reductionism? We are studying the bulk properties, bulk matter. We are studying about bulk matter on the basis of their constituent particles. Just like the thermodynamical properties of object that depends on the vibration of molecules. So, study of bulk matter on the basis of constituent particles that we call reductionism. Now, relation between physics and biology. The invention of X-ray, you have heard and you have studied about it. X-ray helps to detect fracture inside our body. Compound microscope that helps to perform urine test, stool test, blood test in laboratory. Electron microscope that enables us to study ultrastructure of cell and its component. And the last one, laser beam that helps to perform bloodless surgery. Now these are the relation between physics and biology. Now the relation between physics and chemistry. So physics and chemistry, we are studying about the blood pressure. So the blood pressure that is created by the colloidal osmotic particles present inside the blood, and that we call plasma protein. And second one, the study of the nature of rate of chemical reaction and the influence of temperature and pressure on the rate of chemical reaction, that we are studying in the relation between physics and chemistry. And we are also studying several biochemical reactions. Now, finally, at last, I am going to conclude how does physics make our life easier and comfortable? How does it make our life easier and comfortable? Now, I am going to enumerate all these points. First of all, by doing revolution in the medical sciences. In the medical science, just like invention of X-ray, invention of microscope, invention of laser beam, all these have brought revolution in the field of medical science or health science. Now, second one, by bringing revolution in the field of telecommunication. communication, just like the cell phone, the pager, the internet, mobile, everything. Now, by bringing revolution in the field of textile industry, just like synthetic fiber, artificial synthetic fiber, just like terry wool, terracotta, it has also brought revolution in the field of textile. Now it has brought revolution in the field of agriculture. Water pump, thresher, and several modern agricultural equipment have been discovered and that are being utilized in our life. So it has also brought revolution in the field of agriculture science. Now it has brought revolution in the field of rapid means of transportation, just like aeroplanes, jet planes. You are familiar with these words. So in this way, it has brought revolution in the different fields of life, and it makes our life easier and comfortable.